before I start this video, I just want to say, shout out goes to Francis Plotagon, for this intro. However, for now, this intro is a test. I just want to give my opinion on this logo. I think the logo is decent. But do not get offended when I say this. I would remove the Bandicam logo, as well as the text that says, Entertainment logo. I feel like that text itself will confuse people. I have a request for you. Can you make this logo that looks like my banner? The font is called, Hello Headline. If you can't find it, the font will be in the description. This link has no virus. But anyways, now that's out of the way, let's talk about the point of the video. I am here with Prime Force 1. We are going to be talking about why the My Little Pony fandom needs to change for the better. I know that toxicity won't go away, and toxic-free communities will never exist. But we feel that the My Little Pony fans are missing the point of how friendship works. I'm a calmer My Little Pony fan. I say that pedophilia and being an opinion basher to those who don't like MLP are not friendly at all. They are just degenerates that don't have lives. If J-Dog and Brick does not like MLP, period, then that is their opinion, even if Generation 6 arrives. It's fine if people don't like MLP, period. Pedophilia is a serious thing. I do not condone that shit. As a My Little Pony fan, we should not be accepting any pedophiles in that community, and that goes to all communities too. And yes, even P. Diddy too. Fuck P. Diddy. He is very messed up. And speaking of toxic MLP fans, bullies are just as bad as them. Bullying is another serious thing. I know a few stories of who got bullied for liking My Little Pony. I remember back in 2014, a kid named Michael got bullied by no-life idiots just because he likes My Little Pony, and that caused Michael to attempt suicide. What the hell is wrong with these bullies? That's considered verbally murder. They could get in serious trouble for that. They should know that it's their fault for bullying a child simply for liking My Little Pony. And just recently, Prime Force 1 told us that he had been bullied all because the Storm King and Tempest Shadow are his favorite characters. Wow. Why would the bullies bash Prime Force's opinion on the characters? What did the Storm King and Tempest Shadow even do? They are just fictional characters. Storm King is a villain for a reason, of course he's going to terrorize Equestria. Why would we hate fictional villains just for making evil plans? As for Tempest Shadow, she did nothing wrong. Tempest Shadow was just following orders, or at least was forced to. And not only that, Tempest lost her horn and lost her friends due to it. Tempest didn't do anything malicious, and once again, she is just fictional. I swear, these bullies are brain dead, and they are not OP at all. This is why the MLP community needs a change. I have already talked about the petitions and the fans that keep crying about G5 ending. Now it is time for Prime Force's testimony. Say your piece, Prime.
What's up guys, it's me Prime Force 1 aka Prime of Prime Force for short, and I'm here with the Funny Guy 9000 to talk about why the Brony fandom needs to change. Now, as of this recording right now, as you can tell right now, I just got back home from seeing Transformers 1 with my brother and dad, and to be honest with you, the movie was alright, but tomorrow, this Tuesday, I'm going to do my review on it. But anyways, I'm going to explain my history and like experience with the Brony fandom, since I couldn't explain it because I was too tired during the video I did. So I'm going to explain it right here, right now. I'm also going to explain of how I moved on from the Brony fandom and basically became a fan of different media entirely, like Transformers, Godzilla, WWE, the Tales of Arcadia series, and many more. I started watching My Little Pony Friendship is Magic back in 2010 all the way from 2019. I was also around during the time when Equestria Girls came out in theaters back in 2013. I was basically around during all those times. My favorite characters were the Storm King, Tempest Shadow, and Grubber. I also used to watch some My Little Pony videos during the time when the show was at its peak. I also listened to some My Little Pony creepypastas like Cupcakes, Rainbow Factory, Something Sweet to Bite, and many other MLP creepypastas. Cause let me tell you, there is a fuck ton of My Little Pony creepypastas that I can think of. I also used to listen to one of the My Little Pony songs made by the Wooden Toaster like Nightmare Night, Awoken, and also the Rainbow Factory song. There were also other MLP songs and parodies I used to listen to back then during the time when the show was still at its peak. Like for example, there were some songs and parodies made by The Living Tombstone, who you may know for him making the Five Nights at Freddy's 1 theme song, and other artists like Mando Pony and many more. Now that all of that stuff that I said is out of the way, let's talk about the main focus of this video. The downfall and decline, and also the tragic demise of the Brony fandom. And I'm also going to explain how the Brony fandom is today, because currently the Brony fandom is literally filled with a bunch of degenerates, pedos, and many other terrible people in that fandom. And to be honest with you, in my eyes, the Brony fandom is literally one of the most toxic fandoms I've ever seen in my eyes to begin with. Heck, I even put it in that high level of toxicity alongside other toxic fandoms like the SML fandom, the Sonic fandom, and many other fandoms like toxic fandoms I can think of. And to be honest with you, I'm actually glad that I left the Brony fandom. I didn't want to be associated with that fandom anymore, and I'm also happy that I moved on and become a much better person, and also became the person who I am today. Heck, I even made some good friends along the way. Now, you're gonna ask me this one simple question that I basically can answer you right away. Prime Force, why do you have to leave the Brony fandom? What made you had the right choice to leave that fandom entirely and not be associated with it anymore? Well, buckle in guys, because I'm going to tell you the harsh reality of why I left. I left the Brony fandom because of how toxic it was getting, and I left because it was filled with a bunch of terrible people, and also bad people in general. I didn't want to be associated with that fandom anymore. This was prior to when I joined YouTube back in 2020. This was way before I met Nick Cat, and way before I joined the Wii Club and met Funny Guy and his friends. I'm also going to be talking about one more thing before I basically end this video off, and that is the cancellation of Generation 5 of MLP, which basically made a lot of bronies lose their goddamn minds in insanity, for example. Like, they basically keep telling Hasbro to bring back Friendship is Magic or G4, and all I have to say, they just don't know when to grow the fuck up already. They don't know when to grow up. And to be honest with you, I have to agree with Funny Guy with this. The Brony fandom needs to change, for fuck's sake. They need to grow up, move on, and just forget about all of this bullshit. Because, newsflash, those things, you basically going around yelling on the internet like a bunch of idiots isn't going to bring back Friendship is Magic. G4 is in the past. Focus on what is now. I get that you're all upset that G4 is canceled, but all I have to say is grow the hell up for all I care. It is getting repetitive, ridiculous, and childish that all of you are basically acting around like a bunch of fools and 5-year-olds, for example. Anyways, I'm done saying my own piece right here. I said what I had to say, and all I have to say is one more thing. The Brony fandom needs to change, for fuck's sake. Thank you so much for watching this collab video with me and Funny Guy, And stay tuned for later this Tuesday while me and Nick Cat are going to do a review on Transformers 1. Anyways, take care, stay safe out there, and till all are one, Prime Force 1 out.
Thanks for watching the collab. Remember guys, OP is for overpowered. No L. Stay tuned for more content. StreamYard streams on Sundays. Gaming streams on Mondays. See you then. Bye.